This is the National Climatic Data Center in Asheville, North Carolina. Weather records from around the world are stored here, some dating back as far as the 1700s. But it's the weather of the last century that's of particular interest to experts like Tom Karl, director of the center. The records indicate that over the past 100 years, the surface temperature of the planet has increased about 1 degree Fahrenheit. That may not sound like much, but many believe it represents a significant warming trend in a relatively short period of time.
The impacts of that warming are indeed substantial. This is a major global problem.
Speculation about what's causing the Earth to heat up has long centered on the burning of fossil fuels. While carbon dioxide and other gases occur naturally in the Earth's atmosphere, scientists wondered if a buildup of industrial CO2 could be responsible for the climate change. Finally, American geochemist David Keeling set out to measure just how much carbon dioxide might be up there. In 1958, Keeling took air samples 2 miles above the Earth, high atop Mauna Loa in Hawaii. The location was chosen because the air was mostly unpolluted. Keeling collected the samples in flasks and measured the CO2 levels with an infrared gas analyzer. The results were astonishing. Keeling found that the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere was increasing at a rate of 3.3 billion tons a year. It was a landmark moment. Suddenly, the debate over a connection between global warming and rising CO2 levels became more than an academic issue. Here were measurable data. Today, the level of CO2 in the atmosphere continues to rise. It's now at a level some 30% greater than what experts believe it was prior to the start of the Industrial Revolution. An increase that many scientists believe is having a significant impact on climate around the world. One of the most visible examples of climate change from global warming is here at the South Cascade Glacier in Washington State, where the ice is melting. This is how the glacier appeared in 1928, 1975, 2003. According to surveys, the South Cascade Glacier has retreated by 1.2 miles over the last century. It has lost the equivalent of 72 feet of water from the thickness of its surface. And glaciers are shrinking worldwide. One geological survey of 160,000 mountain glaciers and ice caps reports that the volume of ice is decreasing at a significant rate. While there is a general consensus among scientists that the Earth's climate is becoming warmer, there is still some debate over how much carbon dioxide is to blame. Regardless of the debate, researchers are tracking global warming more than ever. Computer models have been developed to anticipate what may happen if the current warming trend continues, from widespread flooding to the devastation of ecosystems around the world. Volcanologists estimate that the 1980 eruption of Mount St. Helens released about 10 million tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. That sounds like a lot until you compare it to the 26 billion tons of CO2 that humans pump into the atmosphere every year, mostly from burning fossil fuels. Think of it this way. It would take 7 volcanoes the size of Mount St. Helens erupting every day of the year to equal the amount of CO2 emissions that we produce.